Hey everyone, this is Rivenblade with a review of AEW Dark Elevation episode 17 for July 5th, 2021. All in all, this was a very satisfying episode of Elevation. It only had 6 matches on it, a 45-minute runtime, so it was very easy to digest, and all of the matches had something to recommend about them, whether just being like good character showcases or fun comedy matches, or they featured, really impressive athleticism, especially in the main event. So we start things off with Thunder Rosa taking on Layla Gray, and this is just a quick showcase match for Rosa to keep her winning, keep her looking strong. Gray gets almost absolutely nothing in this match. Rosa pins her in the corner in the early going, hits her dropkick, and eventually sets up for the Fire Thunder Driver. A very quick match for Thunder Rosa, keeping her looking strong and getting to test out another new set of ring gear. So she looks great as always, and she's always on the back of our minds as the one who's probably going to be Britt Baker's, the one to take the belt off her eventually. Next up, Scorpio Sky taking on Hair Guy, or Marcus Cross, but here's why I'm calling him Hair Guy. So Hair Guy has a lot of hair on his head, and he kind of looks like Goku. Can't say that he's not memorable. He kind of reminds me of Zima Ion a little bit, and it's pretty deep cut over there for those of you who are watching TNA in the mid-2010s. Anyway, Marcus Cross actually impressed me a little bit in this match with his selling. He tries getting the advantage on Sky in the early going. They kind of exchange standing switches and wrist locks and this kind of stuff. And Sky's not having any of it, though. And Cross, again, he does a good job of just looking like he's in peril. He's in pain. He flops around very well. The hair does the trick. And Sky grabs the hair, as you knew he would at some point. And Ethan Page, who's on commentary, is absolutely loving it. I really enjoyed Ethan Page's laughter in this match, which came, multiple times. When other people are laughing, you want to laugh too sometimes, and I definitely did during this match. So the Men of the Year continue just being really entertaining characters and really entertaining act. Right after that hair pull, though, Cross gets his one hope spot, his one moment where it looks like he might roll up Sky. Of course, he doesn't. But he does get kind of a string of offense together that, makes him look a little bit impressive. Maybe makes Tony Khan take another look at him. We'll see. I wouldn't mind seeing this guy again, honestly, just as like a low card jobber, essentially, because he's got a great look for that, part of the card. And it looks like he can work. He can take offense well, and he sells well and flops around quite well. So I wouldn't mind seeing him again. Anyway, this match, of course, ends with Scorpio Sky hitting a gnarly-looking TKO, and Cross sells it just really, really well. And Sky picks up the victory, keeping the Men of the Year looking strong, poses for the camera, and it was just an entertaining match. This was just a fun one, a good, not comedy match. Cross's performance could be seen as comedic, but just a fun little wrestling match with some fun character work. Next up, we got Hikaru Shida taking on Dani Jordan. So Shida, this is her third match on Elevation. She's trying to kind of climb back up the ranks after losing the title to Britt, although I still think we should be seeing her on Dynamite and not on Elevation or Dark, given that her title run was over a year. So yeah, she looks great in her ring entrance. Dani Jordan, as you can see, she's got her burn book out. Her page for Hikaru Shida says she couldn't beat Britt Baker. Shida no belts, needs kendo stick to stay relevant. Pretty just standard heel stuff, and she kind of drew a mustache on Shida too, so pretty funny things. This was surprisingly physical. So various points in this match, they kind of went at it in terms of hitting forearms on each other. They kind of bumped into each other in the beginning of the match. It got really, really kind of strong style a little bit. At one point, Shida brings Jordan to the outside, tries doing her rising knee, but Jordan gets out of the way. Shida goes for a chair, but the ref is not having any of it, and while he's taking the chair away, Dani Jordan hits Shida in the back with the burn book, giving her the advantage and a string of offense for a little bit in the match. So, like I said, these women actually worked pretty hard in this match, especially when it came to their strikes. So we had quite a few moments where it looked like, you know what? that Dani Jordyn got a lot more than you would expect in this match. And Shida, I thought, gave her quite a bit. And this was a relatively long match when it comes to women's matches on Elevation in some cases. This was definitely longer than the Rosa match, which was just a showcase. And it allowed Shida to kind of, show you what she can do. At one point, Jordyn kind of had her tied up against the ropes, over the ropes in the submission hold. Then Shida eventually ended up hitting a couple of back-to-back knees, a suplex, more forearms to the face, and more forearms to the face in the corner. Dani Jordyn with a pinning combination, trying to get Shida. She had back-to-back pinning combinations that looked like, oh, maybe, maybe, maybe. Of course, you knew it wasn't going to happen. Yep, there we go, some synchronized rolling. Back to more forearms. Enziguri kick from Shida. A fisherman soup. No, it was. I think it was kind of like a straitjacket suplex going into, the bridge pin. And then this all ends with Shida hitting her smashing forearm with Dani Jordyn on the mat, sitting down, sets up for the katana, drills her in the face, and Shida, looking very, very intense here, picks up the victory. Pretty good little match. If you like Hikaru Shida, you're going to like this match. She had a bit of an extra spring in her step, I'll say. And worth checking out if you like Hikaru Shida, if you like Dani Jordyn as well. Next up, Helico versus Orange Cassidy. This match delivered everything I thought it could deliver and that I wanted it to deliver. So in the beginning, you had Helico stealing, Orange Cassidy's glasses, does the dance in the glasses. Orange Cassidy eventually gets the glasses back, does the kick thing that he normally does, tries putting his hands in his pockets, and Helico's not having any of it. They kind of exchange wrist locks quite a few times as Cassidy tries putting one hand and then the other in the pocket. So this is just as fun as you would expect it to be. Cassidy eventually gets the advantage on Helico, having dropped his glasses. Bryce Remsburg helps him put them back on. So eventually the match spills to the outside where you got, all of the characters of these two factions coming together. Orange Cassidy takes advantage of Helico getting distracted by jumping on him. Helico regains the advantage, works over Cassidy in the corner, works on his arm, then works on his knee, just pounds away on him, essentially. And he is really feeling himself, as you can tell here. I really like Helico. This was a guy who I saw in Lucha Underground, and he kind of struck me as being a high flyer, a very quick guy. It's kind of interesting how he's become kind of this Zack Sabre Jr.-ish kind of version in AEW, which I've enjoyed so far. As you can see, like here he is just stretching Orange Cassidy with a very unique submission hold, kind of playing him like a guitar in a way. But then we get some really creative pinning exchanges with Cassidy, hits his DDT, and Helico really pins him down here. Of course, Cassidy escapes. And eventually, after Helico, it looks like he's going to get the advantage again. Cassidy kind of hits him with the mousetrap for the 1, the 2, the 3 for the surprise pin, for the surprise victory. By surprise, I don't mean that it's a surprise that Cassidy won, just that, it was a surprise to Helico. Cassidy gives him the Superman punch after the match is over. Jack Evans runs in, and then we have the Bunny and the Blade come into the ring, and they face off against Cassidy and Statlander, just promoting their mixed tag team match coming up this Wednesday on Dynamite. Really looking forward to that one. I hope it delivers. And, I don't want to, get on my soapbox too much, but I really hope the women get to showcase their talents and that they actually get put in a significant story. When I say the women, I just mean pick someone and give them something significant to do, please. Next up, Serena Deeb versus Tasha Price. So Serena Deeb is sporting a very heelish robe, saying the women have 1,000 holds on the back. She's got a new expression on her face. Although, she was a little bit too smiley, I thought at times. She's kind of she definitely is playing a heel now, especially since coming back from injury and that performance against Riho at the buy-in for Double or Nothing. Tasha Price, she has just this way about her. Like, she's got this kind of, and I don't mean this to come off badly or anything, like she has kind of an elastic face. So she has a very expressive face is another way of saying it. And she sells for the camera. The camera loves her. I like watching her character a lot. She sells well. She talks well in the ring, and she's got good mannerisms, good instincts. And I hope that AEW keeps her around because I think she would be a good fit. She is kind of, mid card or lower mid card at this point with the type of act that she's got going. But hey, we need women who to be in the lower mid card or the mid card. So she starts off, she wants to shake Serena Deeb's hand. Says, it's her birthday. I want to wish her a happy birthday. So she plays to the crowd with that. Deeb wants nothing of it, and she slaps her in the face. So right at the start of the match, you see Deeb is kind of showing heel tendencies, and they go at it. And Deeb, more heel tendencies, gets on top of Tasha Price, mounts her, and just rains down on her with shots. At one point, she kind of has her leg trapped, and she's telling Price, the rope is right there. Come on, it's right there. Just crawl over to it. So just more character work, just, solidifying that Deeb is in fact a heel. So she does this catapult, just kind of nailing Price under the bottom rope. And she is quite pleased with herself, as you can see. Stretches Price, does a dragon screw leg whip off the second rope, and eventually finishes it with the deep talks. And you know what? You would think that would be enough, but it's not. She's not satisfied. So she grabs Price's leg, slams it against the mat. I love it when she does it. It looks so vicious when she does it. And then she hooks on the Serenity Lock, and Price is forced to tap out to the new look, new attitude, Serena Deeb, who is playing heel. I love Serena Deeb. I think she is one of the greatest wrestlers in the world today. When it comes to promos, though, I've only really heard the one or the two that she's had in AEW. Not great there, so I hope they keep playing to her strengths. Just keep having her dominate in the ring, looking fantastic like that. And Tasha Price, AEW, please take a look at her, take her on the road. She's a tremendous seller, a tremendous character wrestler, and I think she could be something special years to come, years down the line. Next up, a quick little interview segment with Joey Janela and Alex Marvez. Marvez still asking for a medical update from Janela, who just says nothing until the end when he says, I'm frustrated. And Marvez says that actually Janela and Sonny Kiss are going to be with Britt Baker in the waiting room. Yay, I've missed that segment, and that's going to be on AEW Dark tomorrow night. So we're going to finally have the confrontation between Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss. It's going to happen on the waiting room, and I imagine this is going to set up their eventual match, which will maybe happen on Dark or Elevation or a pay-per-view? No, it's too far out. I don't think they can keep the feud going that long. It kind of deserves a Dynamite, I think, singles match. I think that could be fun. Finally, main event time. Serpentico taking on Dante Martin. And this match also was everything that I expected it to be, that I wanted it to be. So, of course, you know me. I love the Chaos Project's entrance. I love the streamers. I like Luther. I won't say love right now, but I really like Luther. And then we have Serpenta Shredder, wearing his Shredder gear. He just looks cool. I really like his mask. Dante Martin, the future of the business right here that you're looking at, folks. He is going to be a tremendous star in the next 3 to 5 years and beyond. He is only 20 years old, and the announce team keeps reminding you of that, rightfully so. What he does is absolutely incredible in the ring. So they start off with some chain wrestling. Yay, working for that work rate. Dante Martin, I wanted to show off his vertical because it's just tremendous. Nice arm drag there. Has control over Serpentico. Serpentico goes to the outside. Now, of course, you knew Luther was going to get involved at some point, so he grabs Martin. And at one point, shortly after that, Serpentico does an Irish whip, and Martin sells it like Shawn Michaels selling for Hulk Hogan. So it was just a really nice sell of the Irish whip in the corner. It looked like he got shot or something. It was just, wow, really, really strong sell work. At some point, again, Luther gets involved again and gives the advantage back to Serpentico, who also drills Martin into the ring post on the outside. tries doing it again, but he takes too long and he whacks himself in the head, or at least that's what the announce team is selling us. Luther kind of trying to, block Dante Martin. Martin with a tremendous looking drop kick, tremendous looking springboard moonsault. I love it when he does that one. And then a tremendous sell job of Serpentico doing the short line DDT. And eventually Luther tries getting involved again. Martin's tired of it. He jumps out, takes out Luther, does the stunner that he does for his finisher. I don't know if he has a name for this. The announce team hasn't given it one yet. If somebody has given it a name yet, I must have missed it. If you know, please let me know in the comments. Anyway, at the end of the match, Luther tries getting involved again, and I love how he uses Serpentico's head. You can't really see it well here. I apologize for the blurry quality of this image. He uses Serpentico's head as a weapon, as a battering ram against Dante, and he is rescued by Matt Sydal, who comes in and rescues the man who now he has respect with. So these guys, they've had two great matches together. Again, I prefer their first dark match over the Dynamite match, but still, two strong showcase matches against each other. They respect one another, and it looks like we're probably going to get Matt Sydal and Dante Martin taking on the Chaos Project. And you know what? I love it. Give it to me. Put it on Elevation, put it on Dark, one of those shows. It's like a perfect type of main event match for this type of show. So that was it. That's AEW Dark Elevation, and I'm going to give this one 3 potatoes out of 5 potatoes. Maybe that's a little bit generous. Maybe it's a 2.5, but again, lots of fun stuff on the show. So if you like this review, if you like what I do, please give the video a thumbs up. That really helps me. Give me a subscription. Subscribe to my channel. That's what I mean. You know what I mean. You know how this YouTube stuff works. Also, turn on those notifications and, leave a comment. Until next time, I appreciate your support. Take it easy.